Rating on this podcast is
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to do.
Okay,
Yay!
just double checking.
That means I can swear like a sailor and talk about how I want to bang an alien.
I love how that's going to be one of the first things that people hear as soon as they join the video. Hello, everybody. Postscript of the Brony Crusaders here, and I'm here to celebrate my 32nd belly button birthday. I've dragged a few friends along for the ride.
Woohoo!
Now, I've titled this a Brony Synonymous podcast, but there's not really an episode because we don't really have a topic to go off of. This is literally just going to be us bullshitting. So, first off, I'll introduce the cast that we've got so far. We got me, and we got my wonderful co-host, Rosie.
Hey, everybody!
We got Dulcet Tone.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Dulcet Tone, the Pony of Harmonics.
Anybody else catch what he actually said? Because I missed it.
Yeah, so did I.
Really?
I heard Dulcet Tones and then yada yada yada.
Okay, fine.
And we also have Yifle. He's the one with the crocodile head.
Yes, greetings everyone, I'm Yifle, artist from DA.
And whatever the fuck she is, we got Luna Wolf. We call her Kage.
Kage, let me rephrase that. I'm Kage, the Dragon Pony Hybrid. Hopefully the soon-to-be reviewer, vocalist, and an artist on DeviantArt. It's nice to meet you. I tried to get an image of Kage here, but this is my first time in one of these kinds of live streams. So
Kage, I am using my Sailor Moon podcasts deal, so... Oh, we have an AnimeWolfGamer, and he's got his camera on.
Hold on. Okay.
You know, you can check that before you start or join a cast.
Yeah, when I first joined in, I didn't notice that my camera was on. It's like, oh god, yep, I don't want people to
Yeah,
see
the
my
buttons at
face.
the top of the screen are there even before you actually click the join hangout button, so...
Yeah,
I know, but I'm turning it
yeah,
off
I
automatically.
downloaded Firefox just so I could do this, because Internet Explorer is a bitch.
I'm
People
working on
use
Chrome.
Internet Explorer for one thing and one thing only. That's to jump over to download some other browser.
Oh yeah, I do that. I do that a lot every time when I have to reboot my computer.
A lot of people nowadays are going to Chrome. I'm probably one of the few people who are still hanging around on Firefox because I have very little problems with it.
I think Firefox has been bad for me recently.
I have a Torch browser, which is really helpful because it has a built-in video downloader, which I can actually download videos anywhere, which is very, very useful.
That's the only reason that I still keep Firefox, is that's my video downloader. But
Better keep an eye on the chat. Wonder what kind of questions we're going to be asked.
I don't have a Q&A up or a chat or anything. This is literally just bullshit.
That's
Wait.
a good old time, good old fun time.
Okay, curious question. Anybody here play the Mass Effect series?
I do.
No.
I've only
God.
I've only seen a few videos on it. I haven't played it entirely though, but I'm hoping to get that. But however, and luckily the thing is that hearing how number 3 handled their ending, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until these games go down cheaper.
Yeah, the games, they are good. They are good. This is coming from the girl who freaking been spending the last, almost month playing Mass Effect 3 and all the other Mass Effect games up till, 3 in the morning, so, yeah. Kage's been wasting her life away with Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
Well, I've been doing that with STO. I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online since the Temporal Agent thing got released. I got a level 9 now, and only a couple of storylines left to actually play through.
Oh, wow. Also, dude, don't forget what else. The mobile game I got you into and obsessing over.
Well, not quite obsessing over it. You and Dulcet have both got me on a game that I have been playing on a semi-regular basis.
I regret nothing.
He has such an evil cackle too. Dulcet, you are you are FNGR's protege, aren't you?
I thought that was I thought that was Jeff.
You back for a
Jeff.
moment?
It was
No.
at one point, now it's Kichi.
I almost made Ellie hit me earlier today.
Well,
I
that's
think
not exactly
everybody-
hard.
Yeah, that's not very hard considering that there's plenty of us who do really, really bad puns.
I know, but here's the thing, I wasn't doing puns. Kage was dumb, and she barely got any sleep last night. She woke up at, I woke up in the middle of the night at around, 5 in the morning after only getting about 2 hours of sleep because I was up till, 3 playing Dragon Age.
I
And
woke
Mass
up
Effect.
at 3:30, 4 a.m., got a shower, was out the door by about 5 or 5:15, was at work at 5:30 in the morning, could not clock in until 6:30, and I just got home a couple hours ago.
Damn.
I clocked out a couple hours ago, and after that, I still had to go out and do grocery shopping. So,
But, yeah, to continue what I was saying, and then I ended up going back to sleep and sleeping till 10 o'clock, and I did not eat. And Ellie was giving me angry face because I woke up and I did not eat, and I was being a stubborn little butt. I was essentially pulling a keyframe.
pulling a keyframe, maybe that should be a new saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Hashtag pulling a keyframe. Let's make that a hashtag, people.
No,
No, I think that would be kind of dangerous.
oh, I pulled something. What'd you pull? I pulled a keyframe. Oh, god damn it. Anime's dead.
He'll be back, probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably maybe he's eating.
So I know, did you get anything cool?
You know, I haven't talked to anybody since the day started except for customers.
You never got my little message? I was the first one to wish you a happy birthday because I was up at midnight.
I don't think you were the first one.
God damn it.
But yeah,
Good
I've had a plethora of messages, one of which made me quite happy, because it was Purple Tinker who wished me happy birthday. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool!
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Congrats.
sweet. If I could, I would draw you as a Sylveon with a
I need
freaking
to spend more
little...
time talking to her, because she's actually a really cool person to talk to.
Yeah.
I wish I could have met Purple Tinker.
And Marie has a bin banana.
Music! Hugs!
Hi.
Otherwise, it's
Hi.
known as a music reborn.
Greetings.
And so we added another victim into the insanity.
I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah, and speaking of insanity, Rosie, can you talk to your boyfriend about not being a dick?
It's his birthday.
Ain't never gonna happen.
Saturday during my stream. Let me tell you, Rosie. This
You're gonna do this
Saturday,
on his birthday podcast.
me and I know
Oh god.
we're streaming together Star Trek Online. We were on this searching mission.
One of the first missions we did on Star Trek Online was one that I have been waiting to have her play through for a while, because this is the one that acts like a ghost or horror story, and
Oh, that one.
yes, it's Bonnie Kin, but yeah, we played through that storyline. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be perfect for a stream. As soon as I realized that's what we're gonna play, I'm gonna be like, oh gosh, these reactions are gonna be awesome. They're gonna be amazing. This is perfect streaming shit. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we go through on like Halloween night and Friday the 13th in Guardians of Equestria, just for like event shit. Is getting just groups together to run this because it's way too much fun.
Yeah, so we do this mission, and he's cackling like an evil scientist madman. I'm wondering, okay, I know what's going on.
Oh, nothing at all.
Yeah,
And it
he
finally got to the
kept
point
saying
where
that
he's like,
over and over again.
Bonniekin, dress all in red. Bonniekin, soon you'll be dead.
And then the freaking voices began, and I was screaming my head off.
She was
And I
freaking out. It was beautiful. It was
And
glorious.
I turned around for turning on a console once. There's this random dude there, and I don't. And then he disappears after I don't shoot him a couple times. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Am I tripping my shit? I was flipping my crap. And
Hey,
then
I know. Link me that. I want to see that later.
you can check it out on my Twitch. I have it highlighted.
Yes, Kage had to highlight because that was like the best part of the stream.
Yeah, and you want to know what I labeled it? My friend being an ass.
Right from
That's what he was doing.
I was very proud of my position in this thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then, here's the thing, Rosie, and then after that, I didn't highlight it, sadly. It started with me saying, I know, get over here so I can shove my laser shooting Sasha up your ass. Because I was so pissed with him.
It was glorious. It was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm going to shove my laser submachine gun up your asshole and see how you enjoy having that.
Well, considering friendly fire was on, I don't think you'd have a problem.
Yeah, I'm seriously hoping I'm gonna ask, like, a friend of mine to draw that. Of just Kage chasing after a Postscript with her freaking laser machine gun saying, come back here so I can kill your sorry ass, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
her reactions were beautiful podcasts and beautiful reactions.
Yeah, all on a stream. You know, it's kind of like poor Vulcan during our RWBY Grimm Eclipse stream.
Oh yeah, that was another fun content. That was another.
Yeah,
fun
that was funny.
Yeah, I loved the fact that he was. I can't tell if it was the whole situation with the poles or the
It certainly
teddy
started.
bears that were more amusing.
I know.
No, it wasn't the bears. It was the mutant Beowulfs.
It was mutant Beowulf. I was thinking it was Ursa's.
Get a piece of his ass.
No,
Beowulf.
it was the Beowulfs.
Yeah, and he always got so mad with us. He was screaming, F all you, heck you, not you.
Fuck all you! Fuck you!
Exactly.
I hate you all, and I want you all to die.
I hate you all! You all can go die!
Exactly, that's what he kept screaming at us. And I can bet you $5 he had his middle finger up to the screen pointed at us.
No, that's not good enough just for one finger. It had to be two birdies.
Yeah, most likely.
No, he was raising all three fingers. We had to read between the lines.
Oh God, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had plenty of fun just saying, oh, come on, your boyfriend just wants some of that pussy. Because he was playing Blake.
Yep. Yes, he was.
I was the one who started it by saying, hey, look, Vulcan, it's your boyfriend. And it just became a running gag throughout the stream after that.
So we now...
Go ahead, Dulcet.
No, I lost it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry.
You're in limbo. You lost it long ago.
But
Facts.
yeah, what ended up happening with the pole thing, it took poor Vulcan 15 minutes to get Blake up on the pole.
Yeah, you were gone AFK for a while. We decided that we're going to keep ourselves entertained, and Dulcet, me, and Vulcan were jumping around. We found these poles that were just off to the side. They're just like buffer poles or something. Like, oh, I bet we could jump up on these, and we found out you can. Dulcet was mad because it took him several tries. It took me about 3
I
or 4
wasn't mad
times.
at all.
It didn't take it very long, though, but it took me about 3 or 4 tries, and I got up on the pole at the very, very start of this collection of the poles. And Vulcan took like 10 minutes jumping back and forth over this pole, and it's this whole time he's cussing at us because we're picking on him anyway because it's taking him so damn long. It's like, just jump on the pole, that's all it takes.
And then when I get back is when he flipped his shit.
Yeah, you got back, got it on like your second try.
No, I got it on my first try.
He flipped
I got it on my
his
first
shit
try.
about that. He started cussing
I got
up
up on
a
the pole on
fucking
the first
storm.
Speaking of which, do you still have that screenshot? I know.
I do. I still have that screenshot.
Can you see it?
Oh, can we see what it is?
I'll have to send it to you guys individually on Skype.
You can't post it in the group chat?
No, I don't have it uploaded anywhere.
Oh.
You don't have... Oh. You can't post it in the group chat with a... Yeah, you can link it with Drive.
Let me see.
And I should preface, I should mention this, the only reason that we were actually futzing around on the polls was so that we wouldn't lag out. Because if you're idle and not moving, it will actually boot you from the game.
Right.
Which Kage did about 4 or 5 times.
Fucking hell, where did all these pictures come from?
These pickles.
Apparently, I have a shit ton of photos on my Google Photos. Anyway, let me go ahead and upload the picture here. Yeah, file upload. Oh, which one to send, though?
Okay, I just ran into technical difficulties.
And the difference between now and any other time.
Anyway, to continue what I was saying, I ended up getting on the pole on the first try. Vulcan flipped his shit and started screaming, "How the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did you do that?" And then, next thing we know, Vulcan's off the pole, running to the kind of other side of the map, just screaming all kinds of profanity. And all you hear is, freaking Ido saying, "Hey, wait, I wanted to scrape cap this!"
Yep, and it then took him another 10 minutes to get on the pole again.
Yeah, that was right. By the way, see if this link works.
It did.
Yep, that's the beauty.
It worked.
Yep.
Here it is. There
Yep.
I am all the way at the end.
That was after he came back and he's all huffy because he's turned
I
the
need
other
to
way.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so proud of this shot.
Yep.
Yep.
No, I was the only one who didn't manage to hit level 10 on that run.
Yeah, you were like, which is kind of funny because that's the thing. He's supposed to be the leader. Ruby's supposed to be the leader, and that wasn't the case in this run. Instead,
Yeah, I was kind of the leader on that one.
Yeah, you were the leader, I was the leader, we were the heavy hitters, and we were keeping poor little Ino here from getting murdered.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was perfectly fine. I was perfectly fine fighting on my own.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, hey Rosie, did I show you what I use for my streams now for my Twitch openings? Provided by my dear friend Cedrus.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I know, and apparently Cedrus, because he was on my stream with the RWBY Grimm Eclipse, he knew how much I loved the show RWBY.
Send us your picture of Kage as RWBY.
Yeah. Yeah, let me show you. And the thing is, she's holding the Twitch logo in one of her hands. And not only that, he added details that you can tell it's Kage, like the eye shape, she has her fangs. She even put a purple tint to represent the tail that has the purple like flame going up it.
That's cute.
So he put a purple tint at the end of the cape coattails.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Let me just see over this.
I probably have blown $80 fucking on myself.
It is your birthday, so it makes sense.
So cute!
Oh, that's
cute!
it's there.
Well, the reason why I blew so much is I needed to blow 20 anyway on activation card for my cell phone. So, okay.
But yeah, Rosie, what do you think of the photo?
It's so cute!
Why? I will admit it looks awesome, but why does whenever I show a photo of my OC dressed as anything, why is the first thing that comes to mind is cute?
Well, why can't it be cute?
Because I'm a Dragon Pony hybrid. Dragon Pony hybrids are supposed to be menacing.
No.
I am not cute, damn it.
I'm not
No.
cute, goddammit.
Okay, then explain Sparity.
Verity is supposed to be cute. But he's also kind of a young one whenever it comes to dragons.
Yeah, if anything, the only one he would be appropriately age appropriate for him to be with is Ember.
Yeah, which is why they brought her out.
Which I actually really enjoy her as a character, by the way.
No, to be fair, I honestly, like, Ember to me is much better than the. Like, the thing is that I really cannot stand the Sparity ship because of one reason, and that is because of how Rarity has been treated him as of late. I really just feel
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. It's really not.
yeah,
Well, I'm pretty sure that
Exactly.
Paper's got that plan that it's not going to happen.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing then. They need to stop doing it because really it's gonna get on people's nerve if it's not
It's
gonna get
not going to
resolved.
stop for a long time, though.
Yeah, the
That's-
way Rarity,
I mean,
as
we made a
of
video
late
on this whole
treating-
thing.
Yeah, the way Rarity's been treating Spike as of late, she's been treating him more like a if he was her child, if anything. You know, which again, it's kind of creepy. Did I
Hello?
die again?
No?
No?
Okay,
you
good.
stopped talking, but
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
because
call
I
that
can
dying.
hear you guys talking because of.
You were talking. How are we supposed to talk when you're talking?
Okay, good. Okay, my apologies. But yeah, anyway. So she's been treating him like as if she sees him as her own child. Which, that's how I've always saw it, is Rarity sees Spike as not a boyfriend, but more of like a child that needs a mother figure, so to speak.
Twilight is supposed to be his mother.
No, as one of the as someone pointed out in the community, I see Spike and Twilight's relationship more brother-sister, if anything.
I think Dr. Wolf pointed that out.
Exactly. Then, yeah. So, but yeah, that's how I see Twilight. And hell, who says Spike can't have two mother figures?
You go, point.
Because as we learned from Sailor Moon Crystal, you can have lesbian raising a child.
Yep.
Sailor Moon did gay parents before it was cool.
Yeah, we did out a Sailor Sense and old anime.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
We finally fucking finished those reaction podcasts the other day.
Oh, you're
Oh my
completely
god,
done?
it was glorious.
Oh, you're completely done with Sailor Moon Crystal for now?
For now, until the next series starts up. When the
Oh,
next
I
series
can't-
starts up, we're gonna be running again. But
I
nobody knows
can't
what's gonna
wait for
happen.
that. Oh, I fucking hope they're following the manga closely on the next season.
With the ending of season 3 of Sailor Moon Crystal, they damn well better have a next season.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Because
they
you
better
hear
not
the
pull
bell.
Josh
You hear the bell, and
on us.
Usagi and Chibiusa turn around, and it just goes to credits right there. I'm like, you motherfuckers!
You want to know something? If any of you have not seen Code Geass and are interested in
Yep.
watching it,
No, I
coming
haven't
now to
watched it. I've heard the title, but I haven't watched it.
This is spoiler alert. Towards
Okay,
the
no,
end of
don't talk
No.
about it.
okay.
What?
Who here likes Justin Law from freaking Soul Eater?
Why did I just get booted from STO?
But
Huh?
what?
Yeah, I just got lagged out.
Yeah.
I was on Ryza, and it just lagged me out while I was trying to check my mail.
Checking your meth?
Mail.
What? I was expecting to say you're a Federation drug dealer. Oh my god! Oh, that would be a hilarious concept, though.
This podcast does not endorse substance use.
Yeah, we don't endorse drug use, people. Trust me, it's no good.
Well, my boss was getting on my case earlier today because yes, Whitney has a pristine. Hugs a pristine.
Hey,
Make
Christine.
a wish, it's your birthday. Make
know, I
a
should have been
wish,
listening to that
it's
song.
your birthday party.
Oh, God.
Make a wish, it's your birthday. Make a wish, it's your birthday party.
I've been singing that for like half the day just to myself, and I'm like, I should have been listening to this on repeat all fucking day long. Apparently, but
Also, hello, Pristine. I'm
Yes.
Kage.
Pristine is an awesome
Yeah,
artist.
you're the only one I don't recognize. Nice to meet
Everything.
you.
Pristine
Nice
was
to
there
meet
with
you
me
too.
and Rosie when we were finishing the Sailor Moon Crystal podcasts.
I think I broke a few eardrums with the previous episode.
Yeah, she broke a lot of people because Sailor Saturn showed up, and apparently Sailor Saturn is her shit.
Oh yeah, Sailor Saturn is fucking awesome.
Mention a certain mass figure with a rose is my shit.
Oh yeah, apparently Puzzle was like jumping around in overjoy whenever they had like a transformation sequence with Tuxedo Mask.
Or when he was attacking.
Oh, I haven't heard of Puzzle's reaction to that yet because apparently I don't know if Puzzle and Sweetie have watched that together yet, but Sweetie was there with us whenever we finished the series. Or finish the season. So, I can't wait to hear what Puzzle is gonna do when he finds out that he actually fucking does something. He joins into a sailor. Well,
Yeah, Tuxedo Mask.
I was about to say it's a
Tuxedo-
Sailor Planet attack, but it's not quite a Sailor Planet attack. Where the hell is the Sailor Planet getting attack? Anyways,
Tuxedo Mask was more of a supporting character in the
in
third
the old
season.
anime, he was very much just a small sailor, small supporting character in the Sailor
He was
Moon.
more like
Yeah.
he was like the Sailor Scouts cheerleader.
Yeah, with pom-poms and everything.
Does he? He distracts the enemy and says the best pep talk in the world. Stop crying and go do it.
They're still my number one ship. So
Yeah, it's one of the first ships I ever shipped. So,
One of the first
Yeah,
ships
my first
when
ship
shipping was invented.
I don't know.
yeah, there were a reason why shipping invented.
serious question. Does anybody here have a problem with yaoi?
What's that?
Not
Oh,
really.
yeah,
boy
I
on
know.
boy action.
I don't watch it, but I have nothing against it.
Same.
As long as we're not going to be posting any NSFW links, I'm good.
Oh, trust me, I'm not an asshole. I'm not gonna expose anybody here because who knows? We might have kids watching this. I'm not gonna be that person who.
I mean, I have watched a Yuri anime once, but only bits of it. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, I mean, you
I
could
can
consider
consider animes that kind of focus on
consider
shoujo
Lucky Star
but
as
not
Yuri.
Yuri.
Yeah, my first yaoi ship. My first ship I ever shipped was a yaoi ship from a certain anime called Bleach with a certain Quincy and a certain orange-haired Soul Reaper.
You know, I haven't seen Bleach. My baby sister was all about it a few years ago, though.
I did watch it for a little bit, but then I was like, this is too much like yada yada, and it kept going on forever and ever.
It's a
Isn't it done
huge
yet?
series. Doesn't the series run as long as fucking like not Yu Yu Hakusho, but fucking
No.
Inuyasha and
More like what's the pirate one?
One Piece.
One Piece.
It's still going because the
And
manga
Naruto. Yu Yu Hakusho didn't run as long as people. Well, it did run for a while, but it wasn't close to those.
Oh, Detective Conan's still
The
running.
thing is, the reason Bleach is still going, the reason One Piece is still going, hell, the reason Naruto's still going.
No,
Cash
Naruto
cows.
ended. Naruto did
oh, they finally
end.
ended it. Oh, thank
No. The manga ended, but the actual show still hasn't finished yet.
Yes. And also, Bleach did end it too. Like that one ended, and the manga is just gonna about to end too.
Oh,
Oh well, no complaints here.
that's a bummer, but hey, I can always go back and rewatch it. But yeah, the reason though, and actually the thing is, Naruto is not gonna end, people. They're gonna make another series based around Naruto's kid.
Yeah, but you know.
So, yeah, that's still going. Except it's not Naruto anymore, it's about his son.
Well, it's not him writing it either, so I don't consider that the same.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the reason why those shows went as long as they did was because the mangas were still going.
Oh,
As long as the mangas are still, hell, perfect example, freaking Fairy Tail, manga's still going. And so that anime's still going to be around for quite a while. Which I have
I'm
no
pretty
control
sure they
over.
ran the Soul Eater anime shorter time than the actual manga, though. Cause,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I was going to say
which
the
I
manga
love that.
should have been. I think the manga only recently ended, but the anime ended a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I swear to God, if they dare try to fuck up the anime, I'm going to beat somebody.
Oh, I heard
Because
they're
I
going to try and
love how
either
the Soul
reboot
Eater...
it or they're going to try and continue it.
Yeah, I loved how the Soul Eater anime ended. I loved how it ended. I
Really?
love how they were completely non-canon. The ending was not canon. Because here's the thing, in the manga, there is some bullshit.
There actually are a few animes that I'm glad ended when they did because I was dissatisfied with the manga. Like the best example I can think of is I can't even remember this author's name, but I started reading
hear me.
I started reading Vampire Knight because I'd read some of this manga's artist's previous works. I mean, in fact, one of them is still in my top 5 mangas. So I started reading this one. So the manga finally ended like several years ago, but I did not like how it ended because it was one of those.
Sister.
Vampire Knight basically had your little love triangle going, and in the end, the main character doesn't end up with either technically. And I'm like, what? How? What?
Well,
but in the anime, they cut it off near like the anime ended a lot shorter. It ended how it ended. She did end up with one, one, and I was like, thank you.
To be
There's
totally
an
fair,
anime that I've watched that it focuses on a guy that gets hit by an alien spacecraft, so the aliens rebuild him, but it from his DNA, but it somehow turns him into a girl, and it winds up being this three-girl love triangle because of this whole spiel. But they actually gave the anime two different endings. The last two episodes, you don't have to watch the last one to understand the full story to the anime. And the very final episode is basically the main character winding up with the other girl instead of like the old because it's kind of how it was. It's the old friend and then the first love, and this was his choice is between these two.
well, and also Pristine, to add on that Vampire Night ending, to be totally fair, I was actually satisfied of what the choice ended with, because that's honestly very rare for shoujo manga to actually do that.
It is, but how it was almost like, because it was, for me, it was like you go through all this, and it basically drops the hat.
Well,
It
I'll
left
give you
a bitter. It left a very bitter taste in my mouth.
Well, I understand that.
Exactly. Just like the Soul Eater manga did for me.
I mean,
honestly, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend you do not read it. Stick to the anime.
I don't. Yeah.
Wholesome, twisted.
Yeah. The only other anime I could think of that I was disappointed with the manga ending was Clamp's Chronicle Reservoir, when they basically took all their characters and based a whole manga around it, only in alternate universe kind of thing. And I did not like how the manga
that?
ended.
Half of their characters look like the same damn girl.
No, they don't. Not to me, at least. But I mean, it was a really good manga. I loved it. When I first heard the concept, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to read this kind of thing, because I was yearning for a good love story anyway. And the factor that the characters don't end up together because he has to keep on traveling, and they don't even kiss? Come on! Give me that at least! They don't even kiss. Sheesh.
Yeah.
They have a...
Speaking of like mangas that leave a bitter taste in your mouth, you want to know some of the reasons why I don't like the Soul Eater manga and I really just love the anime?
Well, because the ending...
She's a shipper.
Yeah, and plus the anime, unlike the manga, doesn't try to pull like these surprise twists and bullshit. Like, let me tell you one thing. I've mentioned this, I think, to you, I know. You know Ashura?
Yeah?
Guess what in the manga who he's supposed to apparently be related to? He's supposed to be Lord Death's son. I shit you not. In the manga, Ashura, the Kishin that gets killed in the series finale of the anime, is Lord Death's apparently older son.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Kage flips out about this every time the topic even comes close to it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Of course,
not only that, let me tell you what they did to my favorite character, Justin Law. I wanted to wring somebody's neck and beat him with my angry mallet.
Kage is a very, very angry, disturbed person.
Yes.
Well, at least you're not as angry when I found out that there was... You see, have you ever heard of an anime called Honey Drop? I believe that's what it's called,
Yes.
about a otter raising a child.
I've heard of that anime. I don't know what it's about, but I've definitely heard the name before.
Alright, here's the thing. I was so in love with that show that I instantly read the manga because I want to continue on where they left off. And then when they ended it with incest. Like, the father ends up with the daughter, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I heard about that one.
So is this going to be just a rant cast?
Why not?
I don't plan on ranting anymore.
I do. I still need to vent about what they did to my poor Justin.
Saying Pinky.
What they did to Justin was, you know how he's loyal to Lord Death and he's actually respectful in the anime?
Yeah.
They throw that out the window. They make him a sexist asshole who also happens to turn to becoming loyal to Ashura.
I remember that one.
It's like, what the actual hell? Justin, that's what I loved about Justin. He was respectful of the other Death Sides, and yet in this freaking manga, when he's talking to freaking, god damn it, what was the blonde's name again?
What was the blonde's name again? I don't even care!
Marianne, I think was her name. Or am I... Never mind. You know, the blonde Death Side. I feel like a dick for not remembering her name. Shit. Anyway.
Because you are a dick.
Anyway, what ended up happening was he ended up like down talking to her because she's a woman. Justin Law never did that in the anime. He was respectful of Lord Death and his fellow Death Sides. And he was loyal to Lord Death. You know, he worshipped Lord Death. He was loyal to him. And in the manga, they have him turn batshit insane and just turn to the life of, and serving the Kishin. He even kills one of the characters in the show. I shit you not.
Well, you know, there's one. Now, it's actually more common that the anime isn't as in a lot of cases the manga is usually better than the anime. In a lot of cases,
a lot of people want to say that that's the fact, or that's true for Soul Eater, but there's a few of us who actually like the anime.
Yeah, for me.
Well, I think most of what people hate about the anime of Soul Eater is it's not the manga, and they're trying to judge it based off of what it's not, rather than actually accepting it for what it is.
Exactly.
Well, I never watched. Of course, I know about it. You can't not be in the anime community and not know about the more popular titles at least. But I have never seen it. I have no intention of watching it because it's not the kind of thing I'm into. But most anime I enjoy are still a bit like old school because, you know, I grew up I was born in the 80s. First anime I ever saw before I knew what anime was Voltron Force.
Speaking of Voltron, what do you think of the DreamWorks' remake of it?
I have not seen any of the other like remake editions at all because I'm a diehard fan. Well, not a diehard fan of the original, but I like the original so much that I don't want to watch another thing. That's why I avoided MLP for the longest time. The Gen 4.
Well,
what, Gen 3 was enough for you?
No, I'm a Gen 1 fan.
I know,
because I was the
joshing.
original target audience.
Well, if you like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I really think you'll like the new Voltron that DreamWorks is doing. I really think you'll enjoy it.
I think people are starting to realize that the original Star Trek series had the best idea because they made the series more about the characters and less about the lore. So you get to see much more character interactions, and they build a lot on character development.
Well, I'm no Trekkie, but
Well, that's the reason why MLP is so popular, is because they've got really, really strong character concepts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Me,
and
You get to
I
they
got
watch
a
those
new,
characters
Voltron.
interact.
Well, I will admit the character interactions is great, but I like it. I like MLP more for its lore. But
Ah, okay.
okay,
But yeah, the
because
new I'm sorry. Continue.
but but there's this but anyway, there's this one anime that it was the first anime I ever got like everything on, at least like anime wise. I haven't gotten I've read all the mangas, but I don't actually own them. But it's one of Clamp's series, one of the Clamp works. It was called Magic Knight Rayearth, and
Oh yeah, Rayearth.
Yeah, I've heard the title before, so I partially know what you're talking about.
So I got the whole OVA series. I got the first and second season. I actually saw that before going back and reading the manga, because I heard that there was some major differences in it, and it still has one of my favorite anime couples in it. I've actually read more fan fiction on Magic Knight Rayearth than on anything else, because how it ends in both the manga and anime, it's very open-ended. Because there was no like true ending, you could say, because the basic concept is these three girls end up going to this other world to save it on two different occasions, and it ends with them going back to Earth. But in the anime, its downfall is you don't know if they could go back to that world, whereas in the manga, it shows them going back there, literally for like a weekend visit kind of thing.
So it's kind of like Kagome's position in Inuyasha.
Yeah, but that's why I liked how the manga ended better, because it confirms that they can still go back. Because I mean, I wanted to like get my. This was very interesting. This anime was popular at the time during the 90s because all three girls basically get love interests. The only one that's confirmed for sure, in the manga at least, is the one I shipped, is the two characters, Fu and Fario, because they meet in season 1, and it's like they almost pretty much hook up in the first arc. So.
Oh God! Hello.
Well, in the anime, it's interesting. In the anime they meet like 3 or 4 times in the first season. In the manga, the first arc, they only meet once, but it's enough. Kind of thing.
It's love at first sight.
Anyway,
or lust at first sight, whichever one you want to say that.
Because
of that, yeah. Honestly, I've seen Inuyasha myself. The thought that Kagome.
She cut it out.
She got caught off.
I think she got dropped again.
She's dead, Jim. Anyway.
You know, it was very interesting about Inuyasha. I actually learned about Inuyasha through Sailor Moon, believe it or not, because I was looking on websites for Sailor Moon artwork, and I came across like fan artwork, and there was this one comic.
Christine, you should be on those kinds of websites.
I don't do them as much as I did as a teen, but Kage, I was just telling everybody when you got cut off there that I learned about Inuyasha through Sailor Moon, because I came across, when I was a teenager, I came across this website with Sailor Moon fan art, and I still remember this comic almost word for word, not entirely, but apparently you had this short little comic where you got Inuyasha, Kagome, and that flea dude. I forget his name, but he was a flea. They end up in 20th century Crystal Tokyo, and they're still looking for their own little crystal. They're looking for the crystal shards.
Right.
And the thing is that they show up and go, and Inuyasha hears about how old Neo Queen Serenity is, and he's expecting this old hag thing.
Oh God, I can see what this is going.
Yeah, so they show up and Neo Queen
I've
Serenity.
seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Well, Neo Queen Serenity greets them saying, "Hi, I heard you're looking for this crystal kind of thing." And Inuyasha actually says, "That's the old hag." And they show the screenshot of Neo like, "Oh!"
Good old
And
Inuyasha.
here's Kagome on the side going, "Inuyasha!" And she does her sit boy.
Asuwari!
And hits him too, and you see, and Inuyasha's like, "What did I say?" kind of thing. And in the background, you see King Endymion comforting Neo Queen Serenity, crying her eyes out.
Oh God.
And, yeah, so he goes, there, honey, you're not an old hag."
Nah.
That's so. I became curious enough to find out what is up with this character here. And that's where
Remember, if I remember
And
correctly,
that's how Equestria was made.
I also remember that in the anime, I remember they had a few changes from the Japanese to English. I remember that Kagome is gotten a lot more bitchier in the US version, at least from what I've noticed from all the episodes that I've seen.
gotten what?
Bitchier.
Like I got a little bit more bitchier with more of her lines and all that.
That was common in the 90s. They ended I mean, along with making major changes from the original source, they also made even more changes when it got dubbed in the 90s. That's why the 90s anime will always have a special place in my heart, but I will admit that it hasn't aged well.
Right.
Yeah, and I also remember there was this one change that I remember during the that one arc about those 7 dead bandits. I forgot, or at least that's what they're called. Those guys. One of them, I remember, when I first saw the English, I always thought that one of them was a female. But then, as I found out more and more, as it turns out, one of the characters was a homosexual, but they pretty much changed that in the English.
Are you talking about the original Sailor Moon anime? Because they did that for one of the 4 kings.
I'm talking about Inuyasha. You know that one?
Yeah, they
one,
did that with Source, I remember that.
But that one character, what was that person's name?
I don't know because I haven't seen all of Inuyasha's episodes. I've only just seen certain ones. Like I've seen I do remember you wouldn't believe how berserk everybody went when Inuyasha kissed Kagome for the first time. It was almost like in the same way people reacted to when Naruto and Hinata kissed. Like, you wait and wait and wait, and it finally happens, they're like, ah!
Oh, so basically it's like whenever Sailor Saturn showed up for you.
Yeah.
No.
For me personally,
I'm not going to let you live that down, by the way. That was just too gorgeous of a response.
Don't worry, I find it funny too. You won't be able to ever make me feel embarrassed about how I act, if that's what you're getting at.
Who is your guys' favorite sailor soldiers? Mine is Venus. What about your guys?
Chibi Moon.
Mine is actually Sailor Moon, but more specifically, it's Cosmos, which is why we better get stars in Crystal.
I'm just wondering if they're still going to kill off anyone like they did in the manga back then.
No spoilers for Aino. He hasn't watched.
I'm talking about the manga. No.
He hasn't read the manga either.
Yeah, I think about the only mangas I have are S and Super S, and I didn't even finish reading them before I had to pack them up.
Yeah. S is... I mean, even though I love the ending of Stars in the manga, yeah, kind of thing, but
It's
overall my favorite arc in the manga was always Dreams.
Mine would either
the one we're about to get started on.
Yeah.
Hopefully within a year.
Is it weird? But my favorite will always be the second one. The second one after they get the star power and crystal power. Chibiusa introduced. That's the one. I forgot their one name.
You mean Chibi Chibi?
No, Chibi Moon.
Oh,
Chibiusa.
okay. Yeah.
Chibi Moon is awesome.
Yeah. It was so funny. He was shipping Chibiusa and Hotaru, and me and Sweetie were like when Hotaru actually she does technically die. I don't know if it was me or Sweetie who said, "Well, there goes that ship," and I know I said it, and we're gonna get the actual real ship next season.
I'm still fighting for Chibiusa and Hotaru as a ship. I don't care what you guys say.
I can kinda agree on that one. They're cute together in this third season.
Their characters are too damn cute together.
Mm.
I mean, and I think Aino will say it's canon because they do say the words. Hotaru does tell Chibiusa she loves her too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so cute.
Me, I'll always ship Helios and Chibiusa.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't ship that too.
You just one takes a higher priority over the other.
Yes, exactly.
You know, this is funny. I really wish that she would have kept on doing this, but I love watching Anime America. And Robin, one of the members, is a huge Sailor Moon fanatic. I mean, before even Crystal showed up, she dedicated a whole month of it to the original anime and manga and blah 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 kind of thing.
Like someone I know.
Yeah. So, but anyway, during this, she did vlogs of the first 2 seasons, and I remember when the second season was getting ready to air, and her favorite ship is actually Diamond and Sailor Moon. And so when she when she first saw the character designs, and she's like, they better have them kiss her like they do in the manga. And so when that episode showed up and Diamond does kiss Sailor
She flipped her shit, didn't she?
She did it. She's like, yay! Of course, everybody flipped their shit during the first season. I mean, every Sailor Moon reactor, us inclusive, of course, flipped our lids for episode 12. Because that didn't happen in the manga. It was only hinted at in the manga. And here comes Crystal, raising our hopes, and boom!
They did that on purpose. They just wanted to fuck with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we were all kind of we were all kind of expecting them to die, but how they died, it was like, like we didn't even. I mean, I said it myself. We didn't even get a hug or a kiss, kind of thing yet.
Yeah, it's like they were really awakening, and like to their true selves as the 4 kings, and the inner city were remembering them as, you know, their love interest from the previous life. And it's like, oh, they're finally opening up their hearts. Everything's going to be cured, and boom, dead. It's like, you motherfuckers!
I know, and it was too funny when we were recapping it, and Puzzle said he was out of commission or something.
Puzzle.exe is not responding. Please try to restart.
I wish I was there for that reaction.
Yeah, oh yeah. And the only ones who were still sane were pretty much Voice of Reason and Red Cord, and Peter who was also there, Aeon of Dreams, he was there too. Peter was interesting. He was the guy who, like, he said he read the manga and watched the anime and totally forgot about it. He was one of those kind of guys. But Voice of Reason and Red Cord were just like, well, that was something.
I think
That
the
was
first
a
time
thing that happened.
the first time I ever flipped my shit with Krista was when I saw the new transformations in season 3 and the attack.
The CGI transformations were beautiful, but they went back for season 3.
Yeah, I was all over the place when I saw that for the first time.
I liked the CGI transformations. I will say I'm glad they went back to 2D because
it looks a lot better.
They can be much more expressive with their facial expressions and all that too. So
yeah, I agree.
So like with the ending of Crystal, that was funny. We got a lot of drama the past 4 episodes, and so they gave us some humor that was really needed.
No kidding.
One of the episodes had a personal impact on me. It was when Chibiusa, Momo, and Usagi were building the Holy Grail.
Oh, I
know,
remember
that was so adorable. I was like because my biggest issue with the original anime was actually primarily, I'm going to say the English name because I'm used to it, was Rini and Serena's relationship. I was like, they're acting more like bratty sisters, and here I felt, yes, we get more of a mother and daughter dynamic kind of thing.
In the original Japanese dub, they were not as bad as the English dub.
Yeah, I
they
will
were still
say
bitching at each other, but not as much as the English one.
I will say this about the original Japanese anime: it still has my funniest Sailor Moon scene in it.
Which one?
Well, when in Sailor Moon R, when they find out Chibiusa's her
oh yeah, I remember that.
And that one line that Ray has, they didn't even include it in the English dub.
Why? Oh my god, I remember that. Holy shit.
Because she was basically asking, how did this happen? Well, duh, what do you think?
Oh god.
How did this happen? Well, when a boy and a girl love each other very much.
and hopefully we'll get some kind of action in Stars. I actually did have a headcanon when, back to the Shiteno, when they died, I actually was like hoping that Sweetie knew what I was getting at, but I don't know if anybody else did, but I was kind of hoping something would happen, because in Stars they mentioned something, and hopefully we'll still get a happy ending kind of thing, but I don't know, because especially with the Dreams arc, it's going to change some things, and so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Fanfic writers to your computer desk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's only so much flipping out I can do about Sailor Moon before I get tired.
Yeah.
You want to talk about something else then?
Oh, we definitely can.
Well, okay, let me ask y'all this. What anime have y'all seen that you really like but isn't that popular?
Last Exile.
I think I might have heard of that one. Is that like a Space Odyssey?
No. It is sci-fi, but it's not Space Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially World War I with anti-gravity.
Oh wait, is this the one with like
the van ships?
Yes, yes, I have heard of that one. It's been ages, but I have heard of that one. Because it was so different for its time that there wasn't really, at least on how it appeared and looked, there wasn't really anything like it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it stand out. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I saw the anime or if I read parts of the manga. I can't remember.
I don't think there was a
I've
manga.
never heard the title, so
Oh, okay. Well, it's an early 2000s one, I think.
that might explain it. Most of the animes I know about are from the 90s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's
There are a
that.
few. There are a few good early 2000 ones. In fact, when I first started working, and I was able to afford that's how I was able to get some of my That's actually I got a job in the early 2000s, and that's actually basically how I was able to get a lot of the DVD stuff. I got most of my anime DVDs, besides Sailor Moon, are early 2000 titles.
Oh, well, Sailor Moon is an absolute given.
Yeah, and of course Magic Knight Rayearth, that was the other thing, but pretty much everything else was either a late 90s or early 2000 title. So, of course, I do consider myself a Magical Girl fan, so I actually got other Magical Girls, but in the early 2000s, I started, I wanted to, spread out my horizons a bit, so there's this one anime I came across because, New Type I don't know if it's still big in Japan, but there used to be New Type was an anime magazine that was at once in service here in the U.S. They don't do it anymore, but
I remember New Type. I remember New Type well.
Well, you know how they used to come with free DVDs of it was usually the first episode, not always.
They didn't do that where I live. Oh my god, that would have been too awesome.
Oh, it was. I still have a bunch of them, bunch of DVDs with most of it was first. Most of it was first episodes though. There are a few exceptions. Sometimes they went with a mid-season opener or something, but that's how I found out about this one anime that I really like. It's actually, and I ended up at one point I did end up getting the whole whole season the whole anime. It's very short though. It really is basically almost 14 episodes, I think. But it's called oh gosh, what is it called now? Oh no, my head's going blank. It's called
Mine does that all the fucking time, and it'll happen mid-sentence when I'm trying to think of something in particular.
It's called
Me too.
Well, Jing. Okay, yeah, it's called Bandit King Jing. I think.
Yeah, I know that
right.
one.
So
Jing the Bandit King. I know that one.
Yeah, I just it's basically the main character's a thief, basically. But he's so charismatic, and, I mean, nothing really seems to faze him that much, either. But he basically is, how he goes about stealing stuff, but he's still a good guy. He's like an honorable thief, you know? Oh, but, some of the things he does, and then you got his sidekick who's more at his familiar, and even though he's a bird, he really does act like he's a womanizer, and it's funny watching those two together.
He's a bird, but he's a womanizer. That's just...
I will have to leave now. I have work in the morning, so I'll see you guys.
Yeah,
it's not the most confusing thing I've heard about.
Bye,
yeah, we'll talk to you later, Yifle.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.
Night. But all the episodes are also mysteries, and much like James Bond, there's a girl of the episode. Sometimes there's two-parters too. Ew.
Of course.
Well,
if you're gonna have a womanizer in the series, you have to have a girl.
With the exception of the last four episodes, because I think there are 4 episodes in the finale, but it still has an open-ended thing. But Jing does end up kissing a few girls. Well, actually, the second episode, one girl kisses him because it comes out of nowhere, but it's still cute. And in the last episode, he ends up kissing another girl. I think mostly to distract her, but it was still sweet. Or because because that last girl ends up getting hurt, and I don't know if it was to distract her or also to see if she was all right, kind of thing. But it was still, I was like, aww. Because all the items he goes after are like rare items too. He wants to go after the ones that are hardest to steal, you know.
Christine ships it.
Yeah, I do ship it, but and sometimes you even meet other thieves too, and it's really entertaining when you do meet these other thieves. But yeah, that series is very fun. I wish more people would watch it.
I didn't play the video games, but I've seen the. I think I've talked about this in calls before, but I've seen the Danganronpa anime. So.
Oh, me! Of course, you know Wolfie and I are huge fans.
Oh yeah, I knew about that.
I think they did make they did have a visual novel, but I also think they did actually create manga to go along with the games too. Or oh yeah, but Danganronpa really is a mindfuck, but in a good way.
Better than
watching the anime, it's a really good story and a really good series how they play everything out. So.
Oh really?
I was quite impressed with it.
Yeah. I actually did see the anime first before watching any Let's Plays. Is because I the biggest complaint I heard about was the pacing, but I still enjoy the anime though, even with the pacing issues. I still love it. I mean it's there was this one reviewer who really loved it too. He even gave it a perfect score. He says, "I don't care what the rest of y'all say. This anime is awesome." And he put Monokuma as on the, his favorite anime villains list too. Monokuma's awesome.
I recently watched a series called Gankatsuo. It's like an anime retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh yeah.
Other than the actual Count of Monte Cristo anime.
Yeah, it's a really great anime because the animation is so beautiful.
It's one of the best looking animes out there. It really is. I haven't seen the whole series, but I do know the story in general.
Well, the series
is interesting stuff with the visual effects, and I think it's what makes it kind of its own.
I know and the fact that it takes the setting is it's a sci-fi setting pretty much, but it blends it well together. I don't know how they are able to pull it off, you know.
Better than the Moby Dick anime. That was horrible.
Wait, there's a Moby Dick anime?
Yeah, it was a space anime, but it was not good.
Okay, can you tell me the name of that? Because I'm actually curious to see if it really is that bad.
I forget what it was called at this point. I'm pretty sure it was Moby Dick, though.
All right, I'm just gonna have to Google that.
Wolfie, you missed it. Ino says he likes Danganronpa.
I just heard. It's just that. Sorry, I was eating. I was trying to eat my pizza.
Oh, okay.
I have heard.
That's way more important in Pizza's life.
And I also like the about Gankatsuo is the English dub has got a really great voice cast. It's with Johnny Bosch, aka Adam Park from Power Rangers, as the main protagonist, Albert de Morcerf, and Jameson Price is the voice of the Count. Now he is one of his best roles, in my opinion. Because he used to be Commander Samson in Digimon Data Squad for the English dub, so that was kind of like a great character for him to play. I bet he had a lot of fun with it.
But yeah, there was another anime I actually I wouldn't have watched Danganronpa. I mean, Danganronpa. Another reason why I started to watch it, besides being too curious about. Well, I actually learned about Danganronpa before it even aired because at the time I was checking out what kind of like new anime was coming out, and this of course this was back in 2013, and I heard about that one. I was like, oh, a murder one? No thanks, kind of thing. And then later that year when Mage's Lethal Halloween comes out, I'm like, when I heard where it was inspired by, I was like, I had this morbid curiosity about what kind of anime inspired this. I recognized it, so it was. But I also tend to be I do like the occasional, depending on the subject matter, I do like the occasional good mystery thriller kind of thing. And I haven't watched the whole anime, even though I know exactly what happens, because my curiosity gets the better of me sometimes. Because at the time I was buying the anime, but then I wasn't working anymore, so I stopped buying the DVDs of it. But I still wanted to know what happened. Oh, there's this one anime called Mad Lax. And
oh yeah, Mad Lax.
Yeah, and so it was really this anime starts off pretty much with a mystery of itself. You got these two young women who live in different countries, and they are so different from each other. And you're kind of wondering, okay, is there supposed to be a connection between these two? And this is why I love stories where it revolves around a situation, because Mad Lax, who is actually the name of one of the characters, she actually is she's basically a mercenary in this war-torn country, and then you got this other character named Margaret, who is a young girl going to school in this other seemingly peaceful country, but you do hear about the but they're basically like countries that almost border each other, so there are like connections, like especially in the third episode when you hear what happens when Margaret, they show moments of Margaret watching the news, and the news is basically about the war that's happening in the other country kind of thing. So, and you're like, and when you do find out how they're connected, it's like a total mindfuck, and I'm like, what?
Cousins?
Huh? I'm not. You want me to spoil it for you?
Anyways, so I don't know how many of you guys watch RWBY, or especially RWBY Chibi.
I only I watched the like trailers for it, which were awesome. And I did watch the first like 2 episodes, but I was like, another high school training thing? Come on. So I quickly lost my interest, to say the least, kind of thing.
Me likes RWBY Chibi.
But
Well,
I will
in
give
RWBY
credit
Chibi,
where
there's a
credit-
running gag that really shouldn't have ever become a running gag, but they made one anyways. But apparently,
Oh boy.
apparently Man-at-Arms rebuilt an old 400-year-old sword, and over in the RWBY fan chat, British Ninja posts a link with this video saying, "Now that's a katana," which is the running gag in RWBY Chibi.
Oh god damn it.
I see. I only remember the one where they said that, guys, do you ever notice that everyone else seems to be just black? Like, they
Oh,
pointed out,
that gag was hilarious.
they pointed out how they were
Covered in shadow. Oh my god, thank you!
I thought I was the only one!
Like, they literally pointed out that back in the first season, they don't have enough money to give every single person character models.
Well, they didn't have the time, they didn't have the resources, they didn't have the money, they didn't have the people. So,
Yeah.
they were limited on workforce and finances, and trying to do, essentially, Monty Ohm's vision for this series, but they had to wind up taking some cuts. But yeah, the whole covered in shadows gag, that whole scene was hilarious. I loved that segment.
Same.
And have you ever noticed how some of them actually look like us?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Really creepy.
Hi.
Super weird.
Super weird. Yes.
Plus,
That's
was
one
that
thing that Rosie and I
episode
watch
10.
on a regular occasion. Is RWBY Chibi.
Well, then there's RWBY Chippy episode 10, which is the ship episode.
We need to watch that!
Yes. RWBY Chibi episode 10, that was the ultimate ship fest.
We need to watch that! We really need to!
I'll pull it up. We're in a Google chat.
We watched it the other day.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the latest episode, sorry.
No.
Really me.
No, it's the total ship fest. Like, it opens up with this whole, like, love triangle between
Oh,
Weiss,
yeah,
John,
yeah.
and Kira, and then at the end of it, it has Nora and Ray.
Nora!
Wow, Rosie, I think this is the most excited I've seen you get.
But yes. I don't know. I have
You've
a
been
huge
spending
fan
too
of
much
RWBY.
time with Ino.
I did
What?
appreciate the...
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Wait,
I
who's
do-
spending too much time with me?
Your traits are rubbing off on her.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm just going to be over here eating my sushi.
We'll keep him in oblivion, okay, Rosie? It's more funner that way.
More funner.
Is that
I
the
know
technical
that's
term?
not a word, but it's my lingo and I can create whatever words I want. Oh boy, I'm sorry, I know everything. I love you.
Obviously, I take enough shit from you guys.
Well, you give me issues too.
Yeah.
So no worries.
What better way to prove to your friends that you love them than to harass the hell out of them?
Oh dear.
Yeah, Dulcet, you should hear. I know, trying to tell me how to pronounce Uranus.
Uranus! It's Uranus!
Oh my god.
You know I did that on purpose.
Yes, you do,
Yeah.
and it pisses me off. That's such an evil laugh. Rosie has such an evil cackle. I'm a little worried here.
Oh,
I'm supposed
you
to
wanna
be
hear
the
my
motherfucker
evil
in
laugh?
this relationship.
well, this is good. Laughter is good in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out.
Oh, you gonna help her breathe in and breathe out?
Someone get her a paper bag.
That's
It's
not
alright,
supposed
it's
to
alright,
mean
okay.
anything, Proceed. Not
Oh my
yet.
god. Oh no.
Okay, I'm sorry, Rosie. Sometimes I can't help it.
It's okay.
Well, you can. You just choose not to.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. See how much fun we have, Dulcet? And Wolfie knows how much we have fun.
Well, on that note, I think we have been running for like 2 or 3 hours now, so this has been a fun little podcast, though, just having an open discussion, most of it apparently being about anime. One interesting thought that I had a little while back is I wonder how many bronies are anime fans as well, just because of that interest in animation as a whole, or maybe the storytelling with it. I kind of want to look up some of this information just to see what kind of stuff is out there.
The thing is, that's how I feel about RWBY and MLP fans. Because I found most of the MLP stuff after looking through RWBY stuff, and found out there were a lot of people who like both.
Well, for me, it's all just like.
Well, RWBY is a type of anime. I don't care what people think.
Anything involving fandoms, conventions, blah blah blah, it all falls under this one big dome called nerddom. We're all nerds.
The nerds will rule the world. We're slowly building our communities. We actually have
become a lot more accepted into mainstream now, which is great. Because
Yes.
I remember a time when it was like, hush, hush, you're not supposed to mention this kind of thing.
I wonder how many bronies were originally Trekkies, or still are.
Oh,
well, you got...
me and Sweetie at least.
I know you got a good number of them who are Whovians. I didn't even know about Doctor Who until I started watching MLP.
Yeah, but, now you got them started. Good job.
Yeah. I know, I gave Sweetie a heart attack, well, almost a heart attack, when I told her I didn't watch Doctor Who.
One thing
You don't watch Doctor Who? How dare you!
I have yet to see that series.
Oh, shame on you.
How have you not seen Doctor Who yet, or at least seen something involving it?
Well,
Doctor Who is fucking everywhere. It's almost as bad as MLP.
I don't know why. I guess for one thing, it was originally a British show.
Yeah, but it's gone worldwide.
Yeah, from the 60s.
Yeah, it's a British show from like the 40s or 50s.
Okay, think of it from my perspective here, okay? I grew up in an era... It's only within the last 10 years really, almost 20, that the internet has gotten big. Prior to that, it was rare if you ever heard of anything outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
The only time you ever really truly heard of anything outside the U.S. was pretty much music.
And Sailor Moon. And Dragon Ball Z.
Even that was in the 90s, and we got lucky, kind of thing. I didn't actually.
We got Dragon Ball. We got Dragon Ball Z. We got Sailor Moon. We got Pokemon. We got all these different shows that started popping up.
Well, you got the anime mostly because the games were coming here too.
Yeah, I think we got the anime for Pokemon because the games came over not too long before that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and video games is a great way to learn about other stuff from outside, but TV was a whole nother thing. Especially in my generation, all the TV shows, I rarely watched TV when I was a kid. I was watching movies, but TV was another thing because I was actually outside doing stuff.
Yeah,
I was in my room playing with my dolls, my Barbies or my Little Ponies kind of thing.
I gotta make this joke. Back in my day.
No. Hell no.
Actually, I've heard that a lot from grandparents. It never bothered me.
Here's the ordeal. I think he's the youngest one in the call right now.
Excuse me?
I think you're the youngest one in the call right now, so you can't say back in my day.
No.
He was doing an imitation, silly.
AnimeWolfGamer. He's the youngest.
Okay, well, not counting the minor.
Well, actually, like I'm 23 right now, so like compared to everyone else, how old is everyone else?
I'm 24.
Well, I already said I was born in the 80s. I'm 34.
I'm
Dulcet?
30.
Okay.
And I've
So-
turned 32 today, so.
So Rhino's argument about me being the youngest is invalid.
Wow.
Yeah, you're the middle child.
Wow. I mean, you're in the defense.
The only one who, well, never mind.
Yeah, you had Silver Quill and Dr. Wolf, and then they'll probably be, or even Anthony. I think FNGR's older than me too, so
Yeah, I think he's actually like 36.
he is 36. But Dr. Wolf and Silver Quill, I don't know how old they are. I just know that I know
Silver
Dr.
Quill
Wolf.
has no hair.
Silver's
He's got to
in
be
his
at least in his
mid-40s.
50s.
No, he's in
No,
his
he-
mid-40s.
No, he.
Actually, he's supposed to be
I know he was a kid during the 80s because he is mentioned in his few of his videos how he used to watch these
The original
kid
Transformers.
shows.
Mhm.
He's watched original kid shows from the 80s
It's okay.
when he was a kid. So he might have been born in the 70s, but it had to be late 70s then, and in my opinion. But I mean, but yeah, so.
Oh, snap.
What snapped?
Somebody has done a commission.
Okay.
Oh,
That
for you?
is. Okay, Ex-Secret Girl did a commission for Tommy Taco. That is
Uh-huh.
her in British Ninja.
Okay.
I think it was funny. Weren't we just basically teasing them about them being together, and then they wound up getting together later on anyway?
I think they were doing.
Okay,
we originally did it just to spite us.
Who? I know who British Ninja is, obviously, but who? Who's the other one?
Tommy
Tommy
Taco is
Taco.
an artist.
Yeah,
she's
she's
one of
an
the-
artist over in Limbo.
And she's
Okay.
one of the artists of Bride of Discord.
Oh, okay.
That's
Speaking
what
of
I know of them.
I'm still waiting for episode 5.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, complain to her. No kidding. Don't complain to her.
I started. I only watched the last episode of Bride of Discord because ending kind of thing. But I have watched all of the Daughter of Discords, and it's really cute. I don't know if I'll ever become a diehard fan, but it's certainly cute. And I mostly watch it because I like the idea behind it. How you have it's like you have these artists creating this like it's almost like a theater production almost in some sense. Only you're using just drawings and voice acting and all that.
Right.
And I like that idea itself, which is great, and because it's making me think about what I can do with my own channel, kind of thing. I actually have been fiddling around with this one idea of I'd never done anything. I've been on DeviantArt for over 10 years now. Never did really anything special for it because I think 10 years I need to do something. So I thought about doing I've thought about doing a Q&A. Only thing I would do though is when I answer questions, I would draw out my answer almost and make an animatic of it almost.
Sort of like a Draw My Life.
Well, I don't know.
Animatic. Like,
Wait.
I would draw out my answers, basically. And, like, have my OC answering the questions and do it in a series of drawings, pretty much, and hook them together and make an animatic out of it and put it on my YouTube channel. I was like, that's an interesting idea. Because it's still DA, so I want it to be artistic related.
Well, one possible thing that you can do is You've seen the Asks blogs, right? The ones where they answer stuff in like short comics or single images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one possibility you can use for your Q&A.
Yeah, but like I said,
I
I want this to be like a little extra special because it's 10 years. I want to do something unique, you know.
Well, mine says I've been there for 11, so I don't think
I've
I ever
been there
did
for
anything
11.
for it.
I've been there for 11 years also. Well, are we what happened with Wolfie there?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
They got taken out by the cat.
Oh, sorry about that. I was finishing eating. Sorry about that.
Sound like you were yelling at something rather than eating.
Oh, that video accidentally played. I was letting it load and it just played surprisingly. I paused it.
Anime,
Hey,
you
Wolfie.
shouldn't be at those websites during a call like this.
Hey Wolfie, you know what you could Hey Wolfie, you know what you could do while you're waiting for the next Star Discord episode? You could work on your fanfic.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's another thing I need to do is I really need to finish chapter 6 because it's going to be the end of the first arc and it's going to springboard into the second arc. And apparently there's I've been leaving a lot of people hanging because I haven't done anything on the story in a couple of months.
It hasn't been that long.
Well, if it hasn't been that long, it feels like it's been that long. Since I uploaded my last since I uploaded the last chapter.
You know what I also thought of doing too long-term? It would be something extra. I wouldn't do it because it's popular or anything. I would just do it because it would just make me happy about it. I would want to create my own like little like I wrote this. There's only one story, like it's original too. There's only one story I wrote out and actually finished the whole thing. I've thought about like on my YouTube channel just like making a little like
dramatic reading,
make an animatic out of that too almost. And
that's actually quite a bit more work than I thought you were going to put into it.
Well, you see, I used to be a horrible reader. Reading comprehension was awful as a kid. I had the hardest time reading. So, as a kid,
I'll be right back.
Okay, as a kid, I used to just draw out my stories because as a kid and as a teen, I was getting all these story ideas and I had to write them down, kind of thing. I didn't write the story; I just wrote the story idea down, and I would act them out with my Barbie dolls, kind of thing, because I had all the stories in my head, and so, I thought, what a good way to pay homage to my childhood self, almost, is to do something similar and do it on my YouTube channel, just to see what it would look like and all that kind of thing. And
I honestly think that's kind of clever.
Yeah, so. Go ahead. Yeah, so because I mean that story is, of course, it has some issues. It's pretty obvious that a teen wrote it, kind of thing. But it's just something. It'll always be my baby, kind of thing, you know.
So, I think my first experiment into writing actual fiction was it was a Sailor Moon fic of an original character, and it was Mini Pluto.
Cute.
I was
kind of like Chibi Moon, only Pluto.
Yeah, Chibi Pluto, and there was like this whole like it was all derived from the concept of Sailor Moon, only it was centered around this younger girl because she had to be chibi. And that was my first experiment into fiction writing, and it was about 11 chapters, but a couple of the chapters were only like 1 or 2 paragraphs. So
my first unintentional writing of a fan fiction was back when I was in elementary school, and I inadvertently wrote a Pokemon fanfic.
You
Well, how can
inadvertently wrote a
how can you
Pokemon.
inadvertently write about Pokemon?
Well, it was an English class, and they wanted me to write something, and I was kind of stumped, so I just started writing, and eventually I realized, wait a second, I'm writing a Pokemon fanfic. I'm writing a story about Pokemon. I didn't even know what fanfic was by then, but
Oh, I can totally understand that.
my actual when I returned to actually do an attempted fan fiction, it was a crossover between Tales of Symphonia and Evangelion.
I love Tales of Symphonia.
Ooh, that sounds like it'd be awesome.
It was a beautiful and epic idea, and I lost. And the thing is, it was going to be one-to-one, combining both plot lines into one cohesive story, and it was a genius idea. And I lost the DVDs for Evangelion, so I couldn't go and back and get all the scripts.
You know,
So, yeah.
oh, I've had a similar experience like that once. Of course, those of you who are my age group definitely remember floppy disk, right?
Yes.
I remember that one.
Apple
Well-
IIs.
Well, I remember that when I was working on this one story, and at one point though, I end up losing the floppy disk it was on, and I lost like a good 50 pages worth. I was so pissed off.
My first fic that I ever completed was actually an alternate an alternate retelling of Gundam Seed Destiny, just adding one additional character.
I do remember that anime. I never watched it, but of course, when New Type was out, when something new happened in the series,
New Type is always
there
all
was always
over
a
it.
story on it.
Yeah, but it's I kind of wish I could see that as a manga. Like if someone would actually draw the original scenes that I had created, like the adapted battles with this new character that I made, the really dramatic portions, as a manga. I really wish I could have seen that. But I'm not that good of an artist, and I don't
Yeah.
have any money to commission anyone.
Yeah. You know, my first delve into fan fiction, of course, I didn't know that was the term either. I was a teenager, and of course, Sailor Moon had just came out, and so, yeah, this is
Everything revolves around Sailor Moon here.
Well, I also had a bigger ego at the time, so what ended up happening is I wrote a bunch of Sailor Moon fan fiction, but it didn't start out that way, but what ended up happening is I made myself the Sailor Moon.
Self-insert fanfic.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm a blonde hair, blue eye, so.
Well, we all lived through that.
But yeah, so I ended up drawing some of it out. Like, it didn't start out as a Sailor Moon fan fiction. It did start out as me doing my own stuff kind of thing, and then it was a series, and by the time the third story came about, was it the third story or was it the fourth one? It was the third. It was the fourth one. My fourth story idea is when I started doing the fourth story was basically the Sailor Moon thing, and then the fifth story is when I introduced the Outer Scouts, and this is what I end up doing is, you know how people thought that Chibi was the second daughter of Sailor Moon kind of thing. They thought that might happen. Well, I decided to take that character and make her the second daughter. In fact, I made it to where Sailor Moon had more than one kid. Boy, was my ego big. I would never write out that fan fiction ever. Never, ever.
Oh, my fan fiction delving into writing again after I got done writing the mini Pluto story was actually a self-insert itself, though I kind of gave up on it later on because I was planning on rewriting it. And there was going to be a sequel story as well, but I was planning on rewriting the first one because I learned a whole lot better writing at that point, and then I gave up on it. So, and we lost the one viewer this podcast even had.
That was
Apparently
me. I was monitoring it just to make sure everything was okay.
Well, this is fun
We've
anyway.
been going on for way too long anyway, so...
I know. We could keep on going, but no. Yeah.
Yeah, this
we
really
can
has...
end the stream and just continue talking.
Yeah, we get in... So everyone can go ahead and give their sign-offs, and yeah, we can keep bullshitting.
Yeah. This is pristine. Take care. Bye-bye then. I have another video out, by the way.
Shameless self-promotion.
I can't even say mine. Someone go ahead of me. Okay, fine, I will. This is Dulcet Tone, and always keep theorizing. You just might wind up right.
And this is Ozpa saying, see you later, every pony.
Wolfie?
And I think AnimeWolfGamer is dead.
Well, he did off himself first in his own fanfic.
True. Anyways. Well, let's see if we have anybody joining in on this crazy-ass conversation. I'll see you all in the comments.